Tonight was a tough game for us. Kentucky was on top of their game. They played well. Euless and Murray are hard to handle. And, we had one guy in Retno Basahan who tried to do his best to be competitive against both of those guys, but it was basically 2 against 1. But give them credit. They were the aggressor. We fouled a little bit too much, careless fouls. But overall, we just didn't have the energy and the confidence that we've had throughout SEC play. We've been a team that's, played with confidence, whether it's at home or on the road. Just didn't have it tonight. But give them credit. They had a lot to do with it. They had that fire in their eyes, and they were, 1 step faster than us. They jumped about 2 steps higher than us. So give them credit. Now we just have to go back to the drawing board and see how we can correct some correctable errors.
Surprising to you to see they didn't have the energy or the confidence in a game this important?
Yeah, a little bit, but this team's been giving me all that they have all year. So we're not gonna get to a situation where we undervalue how good of a season this team is having. Okay, so they work hard. I love my guys. They just didn't have it tonight. And I have to go back and look at how we prepared them for this game to see as a coach, because I'm the one responsible to see what I could have done better to help them get ready for this game. But at the same time, like I've told you guys a million times, it's not always about what we don't do when we lose. Sometimes you got to just give the opponent credit. And our opponent was 20 points better than us tonight.
You couldn't get much any offense other than whatever Retton was able to get.
Yeah, we're not a team where we are one-man band. We're normally better when we have, 3 or 4 guys in double figures. Retton obviously is playing at a high level, but we're much better when we move the ball and get guys to take and make shots. But, give them credit. They were in the passing lane. It's kind of disrupted some of the things we like to do on offense, and we didn't go to our automatics in backup situations when we get denied the basketball. And it's been an ongoing process for us to try to go to our second and third options when the first option doesn't work.
Avery, was the Kentucky defense that good? Your offense struggled that much, or is there much difference between the Kentucky you played for and the Kentucky you played tonight?
This would be like a typical answer, but I'm just telling you the truth. It's a combination of both. Give them their defense credit. They were up when Portress came in the game. He ignited their defense. We struggled to score in the interior. Jimmy Taylor's been giving us a lot, but we struggled to get him off the block. We only had like 8 points, I think, in the paint at halftime. So some of that has a lot to do with them, but we didn't set great screens. We weren't physical. And this was probably our worst performance in the SEC. But for our team, they have a lot of character, a lot of heart. I know they'll get back. When we get back to practice, they'll bounce back.
Avery, is there something about for a season, both times you had good games against you guys? Is there a matchup thing there, or why do you think? Is there a reason?
Yeah, I just think he's a tough guy to cover inside. He's quick for our big guys. He elevates and get off the floor, and you're talking about a guy, right, that had he not gotten injured, he probably wouldn't have been in the building tonight. So I was hoping that he didn't get injured last year, all right? But, he's a handful inside. But at the end of the day, what does it come down to? Tyler Euless getting him the basketball. Whether it's a short pass, a lob. Here's a guy that put on a show when Cal got thrown out of the game against South Carolina. He's a coach's dream, man. And, his double-double speaks volumes.
Sort of along those lines, how different does Withers make Kentucky? Were you expecting him tonight? Obviously, you saw him the first time, and how much does he change them?
Yeah, we prepared for him like he was going to play. We didn't prepare for Willis, but we basically had an idea that this was the game that they circled for him to return, and the energy that he gives them running up and down the floor, the shot blocking, even when he doesn't block shots, the way he contests shots in the interior. And again, he's just a terrific pick and roll player. And even if he picks and pops, he does a great job of taking bigger guys off the dribble.
Avery, you had mentioned after the Mississippi State game that you probably needed to shoot 33s instead of 20 in that game. Tonight you're at 15. Is it the same situation?
That's not our game. Yeah, Caesar, you're right. That's not our game. We're a team 20-plus threes a game. And we had some open looks for some reason. Some of our shooters were a little bit gun shy tonight. So we'll go back. The great thing about our team is they look at film and they accept coaching and they come out and try to do it better the next time. So we'll look at it. I love the three-point shot, especially for our team. We don't have a lot of creators, but and because we don't, when guys get shots, they got to take them. And this is another game, even a situation like Raleigh Norris, we need to get him more shots. We need more from Riley and Arthur for our team to be effective on the offensive end.
Coach Johnson, you coached a lot of good point guards at the NBA level. Can Tyler Eulis play there? How much is 5'9" a factor?
You're about the fifth person that asked me that question today, and I'll give you the same answer. He is a pro. Okay, he can play on a professional level. He's probably better than a lot of guys that are there now. He's good, man. He can do everything. Now, when I was playing in the NBA, it was guys like Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues. But, he's much better than those guys offensively. And, boy, he's a pure point guard that can hold his own. He takes charges. He throws his body. What does he weigh? About 160? Wet, maybe? So he gets his body in there. So as a coach, you don't like coaching against him, but I see a lot of the things I did when I was a player. I see it in him. So he's probably going to have a long career.
Time for a couple more.
Avery,
What else?
you said they were gun shy. Shooters are gun shy. What do you think is behind that tonight?
You know what? We'll talk about it. We'll go back and talk about it. I got to make sure I'm giving them enough confidence to shoot. So we'll go back and figure out, did they think they were guarded? Was the window open? Was it closed? We'll figure out why we had some hesitancy there.
Anyone else? Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.